Hi everyone, Letty here from Party Planner Papery. Today I have the Not Too Shabby Shop September releases. I'm going to do a quick craft with me video. We're going to make some easy fall cards. Welcome back everyone. So I'm on the design team for the Not Too Shabby Shop for this term. Here's their logo. I'll list a website affiliate link down in the description box below. Today I am going to be using the Paper Pad Club, the add-on ephemera, and the stamp and die set of the month. These are all some of the September releases. Let's start with the Paper Pad Club. You get 2 paper pads, 6x6 size. This first one's called Fall Forest Friends. It's 6x6, 24 double-sided sheets. Here are the fronts and backs of each of the pattern papers that come in this pack. So you get 4 each of these sets of papers. This is the front and the back. Lots of really fun fall colors in this one, and images, leaves, and some little critters, some faux glitter. Really fun, super fun. So if fall is your jam, these are definitely going to be perfect for you. You've got 2 fall paper pads here. So this first one's again Fall Forest Friends. That's the first paper pad. Now the second paper pack we have is called Blissful Autumn. Again, this is 12 designs, 6x6 sheets of paper. You've got 24 total sheets. I like that mustard yellow and then the burnt orange color. So these are the backs and fronts that come in this paper pack. So you do have some lighter tones on this one. It's also some faux glitter in this paper pack as well. And then you've got a couple of solids. Look at that beautiful mustard color. And then you've got a really pretty plaid and some additional geometric shape patterns. And then we've got a solid burnt orange color with a set of little items that you can fussy cut, sort of like ephemera pieces. And so that's the neat thing on this one. You're going to get 4 sheets of those ephemera pieces, pages. And then you've got more faux glitter. So again, that was called Blissful Autumn, 24 double-sided sheets, 4 of each of those patterns that you saw. So that was the Paper Pad Club. You do have the option to do the add-on ephemera pack. It's also called Fall Forest Friends. It coordinates with that paper pad really well. Again, Fall Forest Friends. So let me go ahead and show you a still shot of all of the images that come in that ephemera pack. So you've got a bunch of critters and some little tree stumps and leaves and mushrooms, just a lot of really fun fall images. We also have a stamp and die set that's called Fall Forest Friends as well. And so this one has some great little sentiments that are fall themed and like Thanksgiving kind of theme, thankful. And then we've got some really cute critters as well as some items there to make like a little scene. This does have a coordinating die set that you can pick up that will die cut out those word phrases and the images. So that's again Fall Forest Friends. So that was the September releases from Not Too Shabby. Again, we have the Paper Pad Club, the add-on ephemera, and the stamp and die set of the month. Again, I'll link that website affiliate link down in the description box below for you. Let's go ahead and dive into today's project. Okay, so before we dive in, let me show you my previous project. I had made some cards featuring or inspired by the August 2024 sheet load of cards. I'll link my previous video down in the description box below. Today's project are some easy fall cards. I have one A2 mat. We're going to flip a little scrap strip. I've got some ephemera, some enamel dots, and one large circle that's about 3 inches wide. I did add some additional embellishments on one of them. I'm going to show you how to cut your paper down to make a card just like this one. So these are the supplies that I will be using today. I have 1 sheet of 6x6 double-sided paper. You could do the same card with 2 sheets and just mix and match your patterns, but double-sided works best because we're going to cut that 2-inch strip off the top and then flip it around and make the front of our card panel here. So I've got 1 sheet of 6x6, and then we have 1 A2 size card base, and then I also did bring in 1 piece of ephemera from the ephemera pack, and then a stamp sentiment on that large circle that's about 3 inches wide, and then I did bring in some scraps, and so those were just some that I had in my stash that I had cut off from previous projects. I'm going to add them to the top and the bottom to sort of kind of make everything very flush behind that circle, since we're going to have multiple papers layered on top. Then I also brought in some of the Gingerbread Visions collection enamel dots. These are also from Not Too Shabby. I thought that brown color worked perfectly with this collection, so I went ahead and wanted to use those for today's card. So you see there I have the cluster of 3 on the front of my card. I did also bring in a scrap strip that I'm going to add to the inside, but we were going to cut our paper down, and I'll show you where you can get that scrap. So let's go ahead and take out our paper trimmer and cut down our paper. You're going to want your top pattern to the top because we are going to do a horizontal cut on this one. So with the top at the top, go ahead and cut it at 5 1/4 on the 6-inch side. That'll be your scrap. We're going to cut this down in a second, and we're going to put it on the inside of our card. And you'll have just a very little bitty small scrap left over, but I will show you what you could do with that if you really wanted to make this more of a no scrap template. Rotate what you have left one time, cut it at 4 inches on the 6-inch side. Now you have your 4 by 5 1/4 and your 2-inch panel as well. You'll flip it around just like this. And then that scrap strip is also going to be 5 1/4. So go ahead and cut that down to 5 1/4. That's your little scrap. That's it. That's all that we have left over from this project. But you could, in theory, put it at the top here to make it flush if you wanted to bring in some scraps. So that's one way to make this a no scrap template. So we have our A2 base. We're going to put our large A2 mat, put these 2-inch strip right in the middle, flipped around, and then we'll add our little pieces of scraps to kind of make everything flush. Then our large 3-inch circle, and then finish it off with some ephemera pieces and some enamel dots. And then that last little strip will go glued into the inside, and that'll be our card. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through this. I'm just going to start by gluing my scrap strip into the inside of the card. This is usually where I like to start my projects, just because I want to make sure that I get this done before I start embellishing the front. And so now because we cut this down from one sheet and we cut it at the same time, there should not be an issue with the 2-inch strip being wider than the A2 mat. But if you were using scraps, you're going to want to make sure you glue that scrap strip onto your panel before you glue it to the card base. So that way, if you need to trim off any excess, you can do so before you glue it down. Again, that was not a problem with this one because we cut it all at the same time. It was one large cut. Now I am going to add these little extra scrap partial circles here at the top and the bottom. These were just, again, some that I had in my stash. I'm a very frugal crafter, so if there's something that I think I could use for a future project, I usually tend to save it. And that's exactly what you saw there. I had cut those circles down for a previous project. I had those little bitty partial circles, and I went ahead and saved them, and it just happened to work out. I glue those scraps, then the large circle on top, and then I finish it off with the ephemera, and we're going to finish it off with the enamel dots. So I'm going to add a cluster of 3, and then I'm going to come back in and add another little section of 2s for a total of 5 enamel dots, and that's our card. So stay tuned for a full final recap up next. Okay, so to recap, today I used the September releases from the Not Too Shabby shop. So today I did end up using the Paper Pad Club. Also, we had the add-on ephemera pack that's called Fall Forest Friends, the stamp and die set that's also called Fall Forest Friends. And then I did bring in one extra item, which was the Gingerbread Visions collection enamel dots. If these are available still at Not Too Shabby, I'll make sure to link them down below. But today's project was easy fall cards. So these were so super easy. You could do this with any, really any season, any reason, but I just happen to love these for these fall cards. They have this huge medallion on the front. We've got a sentiment, some enamel dots, ephemera pieces. We cut down that strip, flipped it, put it on the front of our A2 size card mat, and that made our card. We did add our little scrap strip on the inside. All you had left over was a tiny little square that you could in theory use. On this one, I broke up the pattern a little bit with an extra little like 1/4-inch strip of metallic cardstock. So again, some easy fall cards using those September release items from the Not Too Shabby shop. I have my website affiliate link. I'll link it down below. And again, I will have my previous project also linked down in the description box below in case you want to check that out. You can also check out the hashtags so you can get access to all of the inspiration from the design team this month using these new September releases from Not Too Shabby. We had the box of the month, the Paper Pad Club, the add-on ephemera, the stamp and die set of the month, and so many more products. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. As always, happy crafting.